Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Chris, this is Dirty Trucker 08, and today we're going to do a simple install of a toggle switch. Something simple for one person may not be simple for somebody else. So today, I'm going to break down how to put a toggle switch in Big Chief. Let's get into it. Now I know what some of you are thinking, a toggle switch, that's a pretty easy install. But not everybody's done a toggle switch install. So I'm gonna walk you through a little bit of the things I do whenever I go to install a switch. One of the first things you need to do is figure out where you want to put the switch, and then you've got to figure out if it's actually going to work there or not. Because when you're looking at your dash or your center console, wherever you're wanting to ideally put the switch, you need to remember there's got to be room behind it for the wiring to get to, and if there's some sort of bracket or brace behind there that could impede the back of the switch. That's just something to keep in mind whenever you're thinking about placement. Now here on Big Chief, which is a 97 Jeep XJ, that's a Cherokee, I installed a voltmeter the other day. Prior to watching the video, my wife had suggested that I do a simple switch install video, and it turns out that this gauge that I installed in the Jeep, especially at night, is very bright, kind of glaring into my eyes a little bit, and I don't necessarily need to see what the voltage is on Big Chief all the time, but it'd be nice to be able to tell every now and then. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a simple 2-post toggle switch in line with that particular gauge, so that at night, especially whenever I don't need to see the voltage necessarily, I can just flick that switch and shut it off. Now I've got a simple location. I'm going to put the switch up near the gauge itself. That'll make wiring it in very simple. It's up high enough. I'm not going to hit it with my knees whenever I'm shifting or hitting the gas or bouncing around out in the woods. There's the gauge, and I'll be putting the switch somewhere down in here. Not quite sure yet. Now to be able to access the switch, I need to go ahead and pull off this center bezel so I've got a little more room to kind of see back in behind. And that gives me a little bit of access to kind of back in behind. I can see back in through here where the wires are and whatnot. You got the hole right in there. So I think it'd be easiest to put the switch down here. So I can kind of reach in behind, back in behind there and hold things as needed. Now the switch we've got, it's the cheapest one that AutoZone sells, just under $4. A little 2-post on-off switch. This one's a round mount, just requires a simple hole to put it in. According to the switch, it's a 1/2-inch hole. So I've got a 1/2-inch drill bit on my drill here. Little 1/2-inch hole drilled in there. Now if you want to take a file and kind of clean that up a little bit, that's up to you, depending on how clean of an install you're going for. Now here in Big Chief, obviously it's not going to make that much difference, considering the quality of the vehicle I'm working with. Alright, so here we are looking at the 1/2-inch hole from the other side. What we're going to do is we're going to test fit the switch and make sure it fits in the hole like it's supposed to. To do so, the switch itself comes with a lock ring, a little adapter plate kind of thing to help keep things straight. Both of those will come off up over the switch head. We'll set them down out of the way. And we'll just check the switch and make sure it fits in the hole just like it's supposed to. Pretty easy fit, simple, right in there. And we'll set that out of the way. We've got 2 posts. We've got the 2 posts here, 2 males. So we'll just need 2 female connectors to put on the wire and plug it in. All right, so this is the wire that I'm putting the switch into. It just runs the power supply straight up to the gauge. And since this is a simple switch and we've already disconnected the power up front, the battery is no longer connected. Take yourself a pair of cutters, cut your single wire into 2 pieces. So now you've got your power and what will effectively be a ground, for lack of a better term. Strip yourself a little over 1/4 inch is what I like to go for. And these are the wire strippers I prefer. These came from Harbor Freight. They're inexpensive and they do a good job. Just strippers. I don't like the combo stripper crimper piece. They tend to be cheap. Give the wire a little bit of twist. It'll fit in just a little bit easier that way. Put it into your female connector and crimp it down. Also, crimpers from Harbor Freight. A little bit heavier duty than most. do a really good job. They don't have that twist and flex that you get from a cheaper all-in-one crimper stripper combo piece. Worth a few extra bucks to get a good unit. But now that you've got your two ends in, you can take your toggle switch and just slide your two connectors on. Should have a little bit of resistance whenever you do. It should be a little bit of a tight fit. That's how you know you're getting a good connection. Now what we need to do is figure out which is on and which is off. Do I want the switch going up or down, or does it really matter? You know, I think for this application, it really doesn't make that much difference. And then I've got to reach in from behind and poke this switch through. There we go. Now we've got enough of a thread on there. Be able to put your lock ring back on. Start threading it down. There you go. And remember, you're working with plastic threads, so it's not going to be super great. That's where it's definitely worth spending a little extra money and getting a better switch, because I think there we go. All right. So I'm going to go reconnect the battery, come back, and we're going to see if this switch works. There we go. We have reconnected the battery, and there's our switch. And then at night, whenever it's too bright in my face, I can just go ahead and shut it down and not have to worry about it. Dash is all back in. Got our little switch installed. Easy as that. And there you go, guys. That's how I install a switch. What would you do different, or where would you put it if this were yours? Let me know in the comments below. And if you got anything from this video, go ahead and do a little thumbs up action. And take a look around at some of the other videos I've got on my channel. You might find something else you want to watch, and maybe even subscribe. But until next time, I'm Chris. This is Dirty Trucker 08. And I'll see y'all around.